everybody, welcome back to
another episode of
PixelJunkies.
PixelJunkies. We're playing Skyrim. We're collecting all of the masks.
This
brought
is
in
why you're not on
everybody.
these
We brought in
fun episodes.
everybody for an extra special chaotic episode.
But you'll never hear them all.
Have you ever wondered what five people could possibly have in common? Well, you find out when we all get together these weird intersections of
Let's
facial
all-
hair and reboot.
You know what? That facial hair conversation was the most prominent one of that entire episode.
Shut up, everybody. Let's all intro at the same time.
Oh, hey, you survived. Good.
Never.
Can you open this?
Why?
Funny story for
No.
you, though, Andrew. When I was 15,
Yeah.
I was attending this thing at MUN that students went to if they thought they might one day want to go to medical school.
Okay.
Right?
Do they have to
Oh.
pay for it?
You had to apply, and your grades had to be good enough. It was like a program, right?
Mm-hmm.
You went through this program, and you did the whole thing, right? And at the end, you have to give a presentation on.
So this is for people that might consider in the future one day maybe becoming doctors or
Yes,
something?
that's right. Yeah, for high school kids.
Okay.
Who are considering a career in medicine.
Okay.
And so at the end of it, you had to give a presentation, sort of this multifaceted presentation on some. It could be a disease, it could be a disorder. There's a whole bunch of different things you could pick. So I was watching the presentations. I'd already given mine because mine was the first one. And one group had elected, it's a 5-person group, they decided to do their presentation, each person reading one word at a time. So I watched, the BuzzFeed award acceptance speech, only it's 20 minutes long and about cystic fibrosis. And it was fucking excruciating. So no, we will not be introing at the same time.
One of my teachers recommended that I go to that,
Yeah.
and then they described it. I was all on board till the end when they said you had to give a presentation. Like, bullshit.
I always like presentations. I was always a sucker for stuff like that.
I mean, does it help you at all get into the program?
Doesn't help you get in, but you get to you get a little more of an idea of what the day-to-day
You get an idea of what it would be.
Because medical students are, they chaperone you around and answer your questions and stuff.
I'm sure that's what they want to be doing.
I obviously did not go into the life sciences.
So make sure those computers don't turn on.
I'm scared of people.
Yeah.
They're fine.
So I mean, it didn't end up benefiting me because that's not my area these days.
Come
but
on.
I'm trying to think. I think people from that I did the program with though did end up becoming medical students.
That's nice. Are you pickpocketing, trying to get the thing so you can just do it yourself?
Yes. Yes is the answer to that.
Whirly Dervish box?
It's like Aaron's PS4. Just keeps getting louder, and people are like,
Like that you
Then it
almost
chokes
suffocated
out
at
its
the end there.
tongue.
So Jude Law is Dumbledore now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. I
Look.
like Jude Law.
Do you
Oh,
like
the water comes
Dumbledore?
up.
Dumbledore is
I
a
like
great
Dumbledore
character.
fine. Yeah, he
He's
seems
gay,
cool.
don't you know?
That's true.
Yeah, but that actually has something to do with the story as opposed to being...
Right?
Dumbledore being gay is part of, an intrinsic part of the lore of Harry Potter.
Not when it was announced to me.
Yes, it was.
It seemed entirely random at the time it was announced.
It was, and then you read the context of a lot of the stuff going on.
It all makes a lot of sense, retrospectively.
No, but if you read the stuff going on in episode...
Episode.
or in the 7th book, it helps it helps clear up a lot of why he did certain things in his backstory.
And it's also worth noting that it was
Why? Because he wanted to fuck some guy instead of just being a nice person?
the announcement. That was the way it was the whole time. It wasn't like they changed something to make him gay. He was gay.
Yeah.
And then it just happened to come out that he was gay.
I think, well, I recently re-listened to all the Harry Potter books, and the 7th book does shed a lot of light on him as an earlier character and everything. But I always had the general belief that Professor McGonagall was entirely unaware of this and was trying her damnedest to get in Dumbledore's pants.
Really?
Yep. Because she's like, I'd listen to any time. I'm like, of course you would. Like,
I never really noticed that subcontext. But there we go. There's a lot of fire.
You haven't read any of Thomas's fan fiction.
trust me, if you tried to read my fan fiction, it would be worse than trying to.
Maybe McGonagall is like super right Bible thumper, and she's like, I can fix this man.
She is a very proper woman.
Yeah.
That's totally it.
There's a centurion that you're gonna have to worry about down there.
Oh no.
Well, they're hard, Aaron. Jesus Christ, I'm trying to help you here. For fuck's sake.
Thanks, Adam.
It's actually pronounced Kenturian.
I'll beat you with this fucking TIE fighter.
You don't have a TIE fighter, and you don't have the balls. Oh no, don't beat me with the TIE fighter.
Not your balls.
Don't break my super old TIE Fighter toy, please.
As much as I'm not
I do what I
huge on the Guy Ritchie Sherlock
Oh,
film,
after
even though I
murder
think
you
it is
in your
a good movie.
Yeah, you probably should
Uh,
have
Making
right
another
there.
one now.
Push
Do you
it.
want that?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
Dead.
I gotta say, I think Jude Law did a
Alright,
really
yes.
good job with Watson.
Oh yeah, he was great.
And I think he was really good, and I think he was good for that movie.
I thought he did a better job as
How do I get
Watson
in
than
there?
Lucy Liu did. I'm not a huge fan of her
I
performance.
don't agree.
Well, I mean, you can be wrong. That's fine.
Well,
How do I get
I
in?
think Elementary is a lot truer to
It's
the Sherlock
actually-
character than
It-
any of the other renditions that I've seen.
It's
It
actually
is.
pronounced Lukey Lou.
It is,
He's wrong.
but is he, Rory?
I don't know. He got, like, there's a lot of like surprising name pronunciations that like. Sorry, carry on, Adam. What were you saying?
I was gonna say I agree with you, but I just preferred Jude Law's performance. So that was more, because like even though Lucy Liu was probably closer to the original character, those books were boring.
Oh, I like those books.
Okay, what about Jude Law
At least the few I read.
versus Bilbo? What's
Not even fucking close. Jude Law.
really?
Really?
The Sherlock show is. I'm not getting into
You
it.
don't like Sherlock?
Versus
It's a fine show. It's a terrible Sherlock Holmes show. It's a fine program on television. Better. It's a good program on television.
Aaron, can you speed this along?
Well, then tell me what to do.
Where are we? What's happening?
Lower the water and get through the door.
Put down
Yeah,
the,
but you need
the
one of the
MacGuffin
things.
cube in various places and solve the riddle.
There you
Get
go.
to the door. That's Arnold Schwarzenegger reference.
Okay.
Oh,
You're welcome,
those robots.
What?
This
Those
is-
robots.
What did you say?
Robots?
No, before that.
I didn't say anything.
Okay, I'm pretty sure he did, and I think it made you sound like a fucking idiot, but it's alright.
Adam, I have never, not once in the history of Pixel Junkies, sounded like a piece of shit.
Andrew, Aaron, don't do it if it's,
You
it's
know
going
what?
to take
There's
too much
nothing better
time.
than revisionist history.
Aaron, don't do it if it's going to take you a lot of time, but I think you should go back and isolate that audio and play it like in a bit of a loop here now. There you
Get
go.
to the door. The door.
Okay, I don't know
actually
what it
missed
was.
it, so that'll be handy for me. Watching this later when Aaron inevitably lies in the description about the content of the video.
You got it, Rory.
Do you read the descriptions before you watch videos?
That's how I decide what Pixel Junkies videos to watch. Is I read the description.
really?
and
All
if,
of them?
If the
Okay.
description says, today we talk about our favorite beer, I know I'm not going to watch that.
Why?
Not because it's not going to be a good conversation, because I don't know shit about beer. So I'm not going to be able to be like, oh yeah,
But
the,
what if,
Although
what if
also
watching
Rory-
it
the
expands your mind?
IPA, I don't know if I like
Rory, this could also be your tool to understand, your intro into beer, so it could get you into the beer lore.
the beer lore.
We
What?
started a beer
I'll give you this.
podcast.
There's a lot of beer lore. Yeah, like Adam's
Yeah.
not wrong about that.
Because I'm ascribing to the Rory rules of
Do I need all of the things?
that
all of the things.
beer is everything, any kind of history is now lore. Like World War II, it's not history anymore. It's World War II lore.
Wicked.
Speaking of World War II,
Yeah.
so they got Battlefield 5.
Oh my god, we just had like a fucking hour long
Battlefield V.
argument about this the other day.
Oh, really?
Oh, you're gonna drown like
Oh.
a bitch.
Good thing you can swim.
In heavy armor, no less. That's a strong
That's a
cat.
bone.
I like how every game has a Battle Royale mode now
Yep.
that you can
Do
play.
you like that?
No,
He's being sarcastic.
Oh, maybe
so
the
was
V,
I.
The V stands for versus.
Yes.
That's what it stands for. It's Battlefield versus. Oh man.
That Centurion's gonna come to life and beat
Look,
the shit
Oh
out of you.
man, really? Alright, there we go.
Just trying to help you, Aaron.
Yeah, thanks, Adam.
I'm
how
just
you're
sad
gonna
for the
draft.
loss of single player content games.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too.
Just slowly
water
erode from existence.
I
Oh
I
man,
hate
Flame
other
and
people.
Turok.
So I will say this,
That won't be useless.
Thomas. I'm totally with you, but I will say that I am glad for the loss of fake single player games that only pretended to be single player games.
Like what?
Like I'll say some of the Call of Duties. Like there's been too many not real Call of Duty single player campaigns. Or better yet, to be honest, Battlefield's a better
Oh
example.
man, they're killing me.
The Battlefield campaigns are rocky, man.
Well, for me, I used to, like, my old standard used to be with games on my Xbox 360 was I wouldn't let myself buy another one until
Take
I had
that.
beaten a game. That didn't mean, like, getting all of the, like, achievements or any of that
Yeah,
stuff. It
play
meant
through the
single player completion.
Oh, and now you no longer have that metric for a lot of
I have
games.
nothing. I'm like, what is this nonsense?
Yeah.
Because games are a service now. You don't play them for 5 hours and beat it. You play them for the rest of your life.
I like, in my opinion, most single player games I've played that were worth their salt were just single player games, and most multiplayer games I played that were worth their salt were just multiplayer games.
Because they knew what they were going for.
They
You have
knew
two
what they
cubes
were.
left.
They knew what they were going for. They had like a definition for what they wanted to do.
This seems like a really stupid way to build a civilization. All right, our civilization is gonna be based on a very limited number of cubes. If you want anything in this world to happen, you need to have one of these very few and rare cubes. So, like, if we want like the toads to flush, then you're gonna need at least 3 cubes.
This isn't a city, Adam. This is like a temple that's protecting something.
And
Why
and
cubes?
instead of just walling it off, and they went with cube-based security.
Well, they want to make it
Cube-based
accessible to
security.
somebody that's worthy enough to access the treasure.
Oh, so I guess we just fiddle around with these cubes for a bit and kind of do what Aaron did and just randomly place them until the door opens.
Can I
Like Thor, he too is worthy.
mention something that just came into my mind?
Yes.
I will say a really good exception to what I just said about single player and multiplayer games is Halo, which is a legit single player and legit multiplayer
Yeah.
game.
Yep.
Except
And
it doesn't
it's
exist
been
anymore now.
really legit in the history of games in both.
Which Halo?
The one that you can play at Dave and
I-
Buster's.
I mean, like, I'm not talking about like the new, the Dave and Buster's arcade game Halo, or like
Yeah.
but like Halo has been a mainstay of multiplayer shooters for a while,
Yeah.
not anymore, but like,
I think Halo 5 was actually pretty well received in the multiplayer department.
but it wasn't. I mean, you
I
know
like
what I
all
mean.
the
It doesn't have like
microtransactions.
the wide scale like
You want
competitive influence.
no,
like,
just
Like those early Halo game multiplayer games were huge on the competitive scene, right?
yeah.
Like sure, there's like multiplayer, but then
don't have
you know
enough
when you
cubes.
hit that sort of like next level. Me and
But-
Thomas were talking about that earlier today.
Just like Canadian kind of Canadian
Oh, you're gonna do one at a
independent
time.
film before the 80s. There wasn't enough cubes.
Jesus, Adam's making a reference to the Canadian independent film
Fanta-
Cube
No, the Canadian independent film
films.
series.
Yeah, there's 3. Yeah.
You really need to
Remember
watch the
talking
first
about
one and the
those
third
back
one.
in Underwater Robotics, Rory?
Yes, I do. Yeah, Cube.
Oh, is
Cube
the
2
third
and
one-
Cube 0.
Is the third one called Cubed?
It's
No,
called
it's
Cube
Cube-
0.
Cube Zero.
It's
Oh,
1, 2,
that's
0.
shitty.
It's a
the
prequel.
dumbest thing.
They're so good.
They're really enjoyable. One of the guys from the Red Green shows in the first one.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. The Wren.
Yes, and,
The,
and I'm just like, I remember I bought it from CD Plus.
Oh man, that's an old time.
Oh yeah. I know. I know
I-
exactly what you're
I
talking
bought Cube and Cube 2 from CD Plus, and all my friends were like, "The fuck is
Should've been
this?"
called
And we watched
Tube.
it like probably 1,000 times because it was just so cheesy and enjoyable. And
Aaron, I gotta be honest. I don't think you're supposed to go that way.
No, you're doing it wrong.
Don't worry, I got
You're
it.
doing it wrong.
Oh.
You can't do it that way.
Well, how do I do it then, Andrew?
You gotta go do the cubes.
But I don't have the
Just like
cubes.
Canadian
You
independent
gotta do
film
it one
in
at
the
a
80s
time.
and 90s.
You gotta get what's his face over to the other side.
Oh, he's doing well.
this
Cross
is,
the
this is
bridge.
like the
then.
Last Guardian.
He
You know, you
did.
got to guide your
Oh, well, no, he
your
didn't.
buddy.
Oh God.
I did mean to play that game. Never did. Even if it's bad, it's been so long. I really wanted to try it at least once.
I think once you get all the bridges down properly, he'll go across.
Oh, you have to do. Okay.
You just gotta figure out the right order. of
Okay, well, whatever. I thought it was an on-off thing, but apparently
Oh
it's
no!
not.
Now he's going.
Hey.
Hey.
Now you gotta go back and get them across to the other side.
Oh,
But they're all down.
Oh,
Hey, it's Frank. Coming over the
Doodle-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee.
sleigh.
That's a Bruce Coburn song, don't you know?
Is it?
Yeah.
Do you spout any truth?
I swear to God, it is. That is an actual truth.
I don't know.
I feel like that's what Andrew's gonna hear that on like at the altar at his wedding. He's like, "Do you spout any truth?" And I guess that's the
that
prize.
was his mistake for getting me to preside at his wedding.
Do you take this your bride or whatever to be your lawfully wedded whatever? And then he's like, yes, and she's like,
She's screaming, "No!"
No, like Andrew, like at some point increase the budget of this. You know, go online, get one of those lie detectors, just hook it up to
that
Andrew
opening?
for an entire thing,
water.
and just see what it says.
No, I know how to beat those.
Hey guys!
In fact, I've been mentally preparing myself for about 16 years now
What a fucking wide
for
you are.
a lie detector.
Did you watch the one episode of that show? It was like
The minor leagues.
How to Train Your Dragon.
no. I was about to say lie to me, but I don't think that's what it was.
Scandal.
Save.
No, it was.
The Office.
We're just guessing.
That's a good show.
shows.
Which
We're
one,
not-
the British or the American?
Both.
Yeah, I prefer the American.
It was like an American game show type thing. Basically, contestants came in, they got hooked up to a lie
Would I
detector.
lie to you?
Oh shit.
Is that what it was?
No,
No.
that's a different
That's
thing
a
entirely.
different thing entirely. Yeah.
I don't know. Any case, there was only ever one episode aired, and I remember watching because it was like a premiere. It was probably Fox, with my buddy, and this woman was on answering questions, and as they go along, they get more risque. So you start off easy, like, "Did you enjoy your breakfast?" And the person would say yes or no, and be like, commercial break, truth, and they would get $5,000.
Fuck am I
But
going?
this woman, so she's engaged to a guy, and when she comes in, they ask her, why are you doing this? What are you hoping the money goes for? Save up for our wedding. I'm really looking forward to it. Then the question that comes at $100,000 or whatever, they're like, we have a special person to come in and ask you the next question. And this guy comes in, and she was like, oh my god. And it was her ex. And her ex came in and said, if...
I think I heard about this.
No, if I were to come back into your life, would you, dump your boyfriend and go date me instead? And she said yes, and it was truth. And then the next question,
Oh dear.
the next one,
Yeah.
for $200,000, so $250,000, was, are you a good person?
And she said no.
No, she said yes, and the lie detector said no. And I'm like, of course you're not a good person. Did you just... And her boyfriend was there in the audience,
I would
or
have watched
whatever.
that if I was the boyfriend.
And as soon as that happened, it went to a commercial break. The show wasn't over. There was supposed to be a second person. Never came back.
So, how much money did she end up leaving with?
None.
Oh,
lost.
wow. That was not a good deal.
So here's the thing. Wasn't she asked all this before the show? Because they had to get the baseline for all the questions for when...
No, they just have... They just ask her questions that she would answer truthfully and falsely so that they can...
So was she currently hooked up to the lie detector on
On the show. That's how they...
Okay,
They-
because I thought she was asked these before.
There was
No.
a show like that where they asked you the questions beforehand. Because there was, I don't know if this is the same show, but there was a show where they weren't hooked up to anything.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
I
Because
don't,
there was another show. It's like, why are you dragging this out? Everybody already knows the answers to these questions because she was already asked them before the show, and she gave answers, and they're just asking them again on air.
Yeah. Well, maybe they changed it.
It's
Like-
just shitty television.
Yeah.
How did this come up? I don't even remember now. I'm sorry.
Adam, I have a
lie.
question for
Oh,
you.
man, I
Yeah.
got an
Yes,
achievement.
yes. You do.
Are you familiar with the statistic
Franklin
that,
is a Bruce
monkeys
Coburn
sitting at
Is this-
typewriters eventually type out all of Shakespeare or something?
It's not really a statistic. That would be
what's
like
this?
an
It's really a
incorrect
fact.
factoid. Yeah.
They-
But yes, I am.
So, I think that's what we've done with Elder Scrolls. So many Elder Scrolls series in, because I was thinking, I'll bring this back around to Elder Scrolls. And I was like,
Yeah.
we don't have anything left to say about Elder Scrolls. We just happen to be doing this Elder Scrolls series.
Yep.
Well, the thing about The thing about it is, we've done so many things in
Isn't
Elder
that
Scrolls.
every
Also, there's
video?
nothing interesting happening. We've already been the fucking, like the
God damn
Hermes Moore's big thing of libraries or whatever the fuck this is.
Apocrypha.
Whatever the fuck. And
That oil? Oh, that's
oh, you
Yeah,
get
that's
whipped. You get whipped.
Fuck you.
whip it good.
Oh, he missed you there. Oh, more tentacles. What I was
More like tentacles.
this was this
Uh,
came up a few
Pokemon
times in
shot.
lore. When we came to Apocrypha or whatever.
That's
Apocrypha.
Fuck.
A few
Agrabah.
episodes ago, we why would
some
he have a
bendy
library where the floor of the library is a caustic liquid? Wouldn't that be detrimental
Stop
to
that.
the library?
because none of this is real. Not really. It's not. It's real in the same
looks
sense
like-
that hell is real.
It looks like the
Hell is not a functional domain.
Yeah, these aren't real like things in matter that in
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the human realm
It-
that obey
oh,
traditional
yeah,
humans.
It's like
okay, I get
the
that, but
ceiling's
Why
made of
was the sky?
abstract
Yeah,
thoughts.
there's clearly no oxygen here. Just look up at the sky. It's all fucked.
Yeah, it's an angel.
know?
yeah,
he's-
but okay, so this is Hermes Moore's realm. He can do whatever he wants in it,
Chapter
correct?
2.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he make something else?
I thought you were almost done
What do
this
you mean?
game.
Why
It said
wouldn't he
chapter
make something
2.
else?
You're trying to understand the
It's only two
mind of a
chapters.
god, and you cannot.
Oh, that's-
Because, well, I guess
agree
the
with
god's
Andrew.
fucking stupid then, because I just have a regular ass fucking library instead of all this fucking bullshit nonsense.
Daedra aren't like people.
I clearly, because people would have designed this better. Holy shit. I guess they just suck ass.
And
What are they-
clearly never been to our university library.
Our-
No, I've been to a university
What a
library. You just
library
don't get a
that
single
I
thing.
I would argue that this is a more functional library than that one.
Oh man, I because nothing screams functionality like papers flying through the air. It's like, alright, I got all my ancient tomes about dinosaurs ready for my research project, and they're floating away
Ancient tomes.
of their own accord.
Ancient tomes of dinosaurs.
Well, if I'm in a fucking place where the sky is green and the fucking librarians are tentacle monsters, they're not being called research books, are they? They're being called tomes. This screams tomes. Shut the fuck up, Thomas. You don't know what you're talking about.
Well, that's true. Never played Skyrim.
You've never played Skyrim?
No, when the dwarven spheres came by, he was like, "Those are robots."
Obviously,
Well, how would you classify them?
But I wouldn't be
Steampunk
surprised to
robots.
see them if I had played
Constructs.
Skyrim.
Oh,
Just
okay.
It's like
Robots.
an orc pop up, be like, "That's a monster!" Like,
Thanks, buddy.
yeah, but
Thanks, man.
Man, you made Thomas sound real intelligent there, Rory.
Man. Rory, buddy.
Remember that time when Thomas was like, "Oh, I gotta get home to my wife and kids." That's what you.
That's me, all right.
Kids plural.
He's got like a Coke
Yep.
and Mountain Dew or
All of
something.
them.
on me.
All your kids.
All of them.
That
One
was
day.
another stretchy book tunnel. All right.
Man, I really got to get this research project done quick. I hope the fucking walkway doesn't slither away from
you
me.
know,
like a
Adam,
tremendous
regular
thing.
people don't walk into Apocrypha to do their research projects, right? You're
Yeah,
like,
but if
Hermes
you're-
Moore needs to improve the fucking customer service around this
Anyway.
Well, it
Oblivion.
would work if he wants to if he wants to corrupt souls. Wouldn't it work better if his lair was an actual library that subtly corrupted them, insidiously, as opposed to this fucking hellhole place that we're in right now?
I don't
Wouldn't that
know.
work better?
That's a tough question to answer.
To be fair, he could have built everything we're seeing now to specifically test the Dova Cave.
That's also true.
I mean, fair enough. Yeah, that sounds like a lot of work, though. But yeah,
it's not a lot of work for him.
Thank you for
Guys, I thought you agreed earlier not to
You know what,
speak
Rory?
in
We
unison.
should do like a
More
lore
podcasts.
Jinx. But no, seriously, if he can recreate and create and recreate this realm however he sees fit, then why the fuck does he have any trouble, winning, corrupting people's souls or whatever? He could be like, "Yo, if you join me, I'll make you 1,000 hookers that all do anal." And he's like, "Sold to the highest bidder," and then 1,000 people would start entering Apocrypha.
Would you ever want to do anal with a hooker?
Or whatever.
That seems like the worst thing to do.
Probably gonna get some poopy dick there.
Well, yes.
Also, why were they hookers in this?
Why not just consenting people?
Well, because they're in hell, Thomas. They're not.
They're the ones who started this. I just continued the conversation.
I think I did like a Tusken Raider scream.
Like,
Okay.
oh, I guess they're gone. Well, there goes fucking Dr.
I
Seuss.
just put my sword away, man.
Also, I feel like it's not a very good library if the fucking librarians attack you with sonic screams and shit.
No, it's pretty loud, eh?
Just
Yeah, be quiet, people trying to read and whatever.
Just doing some research here about the nature of magic and... Well, I guess I'm moving to the next table then.
Oh my god, can we get to the end so we can end the episode already?
Do you think in the Obi-Wan movie, whenever they make it, we'll get a scene of him perfecting his...
Just 2 hours of him doing
This?
crate.
No, perfecting his
Crate
crate
dragon.
dragon noise.
Yes.
Yeah.
We talked about that.
Oh yeah, we did, didn't we?
And you almost shit your pants then when you were doing it. Remember that?
Yeah.
That's a big book.
Wait, did I?
It's what we in the business called a tome, Thomas. Oh,
think-
look, it's Hermes Mora.
I think it was during Prey.
I gotta be
No,
Noise.
it was Medal of Honor.
Makes me think
Was
of
it?
Little Shop of
Yeah, it
Horrors.
was.
Oh, maybe it was.
I don't think I didn't shit my pants though.
No, but you said in GTA later on that you almost shit your pants when you did it. That noise you made in
It's Obi-Wan.
that Obi-Wan noise you made in Prey. Whatever the fuck it was. I'm making the racket.
Little tidbit, I almost shit my pants when I made that noise.
Did you?
I almost shit my pants.
I can't even remember it. I can't remember that noise.
Is that 'cause
No,
your-
I mean just then.
your 2-month-old
The noise I made.
your 2-month-old Mary Brown was poking out, was it?
Shit almost came out.
Unless it was in GTA when you almost shit your pants. I don't know.
Ooh,
Who are you? Whatever.
I don't almost
Oh,
shit my
yeah.
pants very often.
Well, that's what you said.
Hermes Mora, I bet, would do some great ASMR. Like,
Those are stupid looking eyes.
My
What?
ass. Welcome to my ass.
I call it Apocrypha. You're gonna if you're looking for knowledge, you're not gonna find it because all the books are in the water.
We've got the anal VORA edition of Hermes Mora.
Oh dear God.
Yeah, it's her anus Vora.
I think you found the episode title there.
That sounds like a really bad STD.
Yeah, I was watching. I was watching Twitch the other day, and one of the Twitch streamers I watched was saying that he had been just browsing Twitch, as you do,
As
and
you
he
do.
stumbled across one of those ASMR channels, and he was like, and then I looked in the channel, and there were 5,000 people watching, and the chat room was dead. No one was talking. He was like, and that's when I realized that literally somehow 5,000 people were jerking off at the same time. The same thing.
I think I know the channel you're talking about as well.
What's
Yeah,
the
whatever.
channel?
I'm not gonna
Adam.
plug her here.
I just want to know.
5001 tomorrow.
There's
Am I
actual
kidding?
porn on the internet.
Yeah, but sometimes it's a victory to find in places you wouldn't expect.
I mean, fair enough. Like in Hermes Mora.
Can't stop it.
So I mean, I'll defend ASMR isn't in some cases for
Yeah.
jerking off.
That's true.
But when it's somebody dressed as Hermione, cosplay doing ASMR, it probably is.
It's a good rule of thumb, yeah.
That is a good rule of thumb.
Are you
Come
saying
on.
you should be jerking off?
I'm saying it's
Is that
probably
what
for
Hermione looks
jerking
like?
off.
Oh yeah.
Like in most cases, it's just you don't need video for ASMR; it's sound. But if you're going through all the trouble to dress up like a character from a thing and have the camera zoomed in on your tits, then yeah, it's probably for jerking off.
Hermes Mora's such a fucking nerd.
Let me go, man! Come on!
Talking to you.
You can skip everybody else in this game.
Not everybody.
Not her anus Vora. Oh, it's good. I'm glad I'm looking at you. Can't look that way anymore.
I'm so very.
Oh, that's a
I will
dick
say-
over there.
Have people to chat.
I will say.
They've done
Oh,
kind of not to knock what Adam said, but one of my favorite things about the way this game is designed is the way they made the Realms of Oblivion look.
Yes. They're so good.
I will say
It
this
looks
is a very
wicked.
interesting realm. I'm just making fun because we got to get some sort of fucking humor out of this fucking video. Jesus Christ.
I really also like the visit to
There we go.
Cheagorath, his realm. Andrew,
The Shivering Isles.
There we go.
Is this broken
What
now?
a fucking nerd
What
you
soul
are.
stones you getting?
Is this broken?
What?
Yes.
No, it's not broken.
There we go. It wouldn't let me exit.
Are you listening to the...
He wasn't talking for like 2 minutes. And I said tab to exit and it wouldn't work.
Pretty sure you gotta click on one of those things there.
Oh, I
Dragonborn
thought I had to
Force.
do a thing.
Dragonborn Flame.
Unrelenting Force Shout does more damage. Fire Breath does more stuff.
No, you get to make a fire worm.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Unrelenting Force.
Got this one. I use fire a lot.
Oh.
Yeah, he does use fire a lot.
There we go. Now we can end this super long episode. Oh, great.
Have we got past 20 minutes?
Yep. Alright, so that'll do it for this episode. Next time we'll continue. Oh, god damn it, Nelith. Yeah, I talked to her as VORA, yeah. She's pretty gross. You got it. Alright, we'll see you next time, everybody.
Peace.
Thanks for joining us, people. We'll not see you next time.